My fellow graduating students, your families, our teachers, superintendents of schools, members of the school board, principals, district staff and faculty, Michael Beamish and Stephen Sorokonich, who have served in this role as class president in years prior, junior class president Jordan Hughes, who will serve in this same role next year, and the entire Abington Heights area community. I am honored to be amongst you all. The graduating class of 2011, I love you all, but there are a few that I love more and most. Please do not deem me rude for doing so, but I would like to give my family a special welcome. Without their love, their trust, and their guidance, I would never have risen to the role that entails the giving of such a commencement speech. Thank you. Now, I realize some of you may have had older children that have come through Abington Heights, so you are probably familiar with your two main responsibilities after this commencement ceremony. For others, this may be your first, so please let me enlighten you so you'll be sure to do the two most socially proper actions. First, after this very ceremony, write a check payable to your graduating children for any amount that they desire. This will certainly suffice as a generous gift in recognition of their hard work over the past 4 years, I suppose. Secondly, and most vitally, it would be deemed poor etiquette if you did not tip the class president commencement speaker. And I understand if you don't have the cash on you right now, in the fall you can tip me with that money you've been saving for that catastrophic 1.4% school district tax increase. Although I'm now being told that may not happen, so that's a good thing. In all seriousness, though, we are so relieved that it is finally June 15th. And yes, we can say time did fly by, but in reality, it took a long time. It was certainly a long haul. In 1775, a man by the name of William Clark courageously helped start the Patriot cause as he fought at the Battle of Bunker Hill. As the American Revolution progressed, so did William Clark's commitment to the war and independence. In 1777, he fought in the decisive Battle of Trenton, which proved to be a crucial turning point for the rebels in the war's early stages. Clark's gallant efforts in the Revolutionary War were greatly appreciated. Years later, he was granted 800 acres of land in the unsettled northeastern Pennsylvania region. After years of land disputes and treaties, William Clark and his family arrived in what is now known as the Abingtons, becoming the area's first permanent settlers. The Clark family, only possessing the tools needed for survival, constructed a home that was located in the current Clark's Green Cemetery. Yes, just a little bit up that road and across that road. That's where the Clark family called home. William Clark was a great man. He was a man of courage, a man of desire, and a man of sheer intrepidness. He consulted and listened to what his fellow mates said. He stepped out of the limits of normalcy to explore uncharted land. He demanded a positive atmosphere within his family, and ultimately, he displayed the unique ability to think for himself, an ability that he passed on to his children. We ought to be proud that he is our community's namesake. In 2011, William Clark would not be proud that these ideals are not entirely fostered outside the classroom at the high school. Today is a day to celebrate, a day to reminisce, and a day to look onward. But we must firstly properly illustrate our years leading to this day. There has been an ongoing struggle between the class of 2011 and administration. Fewer freedoms, more rules, and neglected student voices over the past 4 years has led to the development of an imminent distaste amongst the student body. While today, during this spectacle and a great event it is, it may not appear to be the case, but there is an extreme lack of school spirit and decreasing student morale at the heart of this school district. Many have grown tiresome and annoyed with the black and white nature of governing at the high school. We feel that such an environment is not exactly conducive to gaining the full high school experience. High school is supposed to be a time for the individual to spread his or her wings, a time for the students to find themselves and develop their own identities. When the high school has the same amount of freedoms as the middle school, and the high school students are treated no differently than they were during their middle school years, it is hard for these young adults to spread their wings. When all of this adds up, dissatisfaction does become rampant, and at times it has. If this district is truly adamant in upholding the values instilled by our namesake, William Clark, and in practicing excellence, as evidenced by our district's motto, embracing a culture of excellence and striving to be the best in everything we do, the student morale problems must be improved. We hope communication between students and administrators will improve. This way, an accurate pulse of the students will always be known and adjustments will be easier to make. The school does indeed have solid discipline and structure, but remember, lenience will operate with greater force and effectiveness in many instances as opposed to rigor. On behalf of the class of 2011, we do not wish our lower attendance onto younger classes, but we do wish that it be understood the issues we have shed light on need to be improved upon through action and not through the graduation of us. Let wisdom grow with your power, and teach all that the less power used, the greater it will be. It is time for this school district to no longer think of itself as the best school district in the area. It is time to compare our district to the very best and not our peers across the expressway. If we do so, we can all be proud to call Abington Heights one of the best when that day hopefully soon arrives. The class of 2011 has a lot to offer. While this class is certainly top-heavy with intellectual ability, I am proud to say that the entire class understands the general musts in life. This class has talent, and I do see potential in all of you. Potential that most of us have not even realized yet. We have had students travel to foreign countries to experience different cultures and to help the less fortunate. We have a Scranton Times Scholar. We have a licensed pilot. We have a SAD National Student Leadership Council member. That's to name a few, but to name them all, it's an awful lot. The class of 2011 also has a wide spectrum of interest. Many are musically inclined and many are athletically able. Some are even both. We have students who compete in just about everything imaginable, whether it be singing at a choral concert, studying American imperialism versus isolationism, building a catapult for a physics class, competing athletically, directing classmates within a club, arguing with someone about the dress code, putting together a 180-page yearbook, or attempting to learn about the obscure and at times ungraspable concepts in that advanced math or science class, and everything else in between. You have all learned to understand and then question that understanding with more questions. Out of all of the things you have learned, this may be the single most important ability that you have gained. Questioning, whether it be out of sheer curiosity or contestment. This concept seems to have manifested itself onto the class of 2011. This realization makes me proud to have been a leader, a friend, a classmate, and a teammate to so many of you. Since today is a commencement and not a conclusion, you must continue to question tomorrow during your years in college, the workforce, and/or the military, and throughout all the years you live. If you want to really make it out there in that real world, you need to question and think. And when I say think, we all need to think differently. While thinking like the majority of others and sharing similar ideas with the masses may seem like the proper and advantageous thing to do, we are capable of defying ordinary and defying mediocrity. To do so, we must think for ourselves, think out of the box. To achieve great things, we must let our minds be bold. After all, most of the things ever worth doing in this world have been declared impossible before they were done. Finally, 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to hear one of the most prestigious and enlightening rabbis, his name, Rabbi David Gelfand. His message was different, and he tapped the surface of many dilemmas in today's society, in today's world. There were 2 ideas that he conveyed that really stood out to me, and I'd like to share them with you today. He first spoke about the years ahead. For the first time, maybe ever in our history, the parents in today's society realize that their children will face many challenges and live tough lives because of the declining state of things. And for the first time ever, we don't even know what to tell our grandchildren about the challenges that they will face. So what I think we all can take from this is the utmost importance to try as hard as you can to enjoy life and meet these impending challenges, knowing that they are just another part of the puzzle. The world presents enough problems if you believe it to be a world of law and order. So don't add to those problems by believing it to be a world of miracles. To enjoy your years ahead, you need to recognize that life is hard. And when we do that, it will be so much easier for us. Rabbi Gelfand also told a brief story that conveyed a unique ability that is stored within all of us, the identity of our own attitudes. At one of the concentration camps during the Holocaust, 2 close friends suffered from malnourishment, disease, and abuse. Their bodies withered away, and they knew their day was indeed soon to come. In the face of adversity, if you'd even call it that, during the darkest and the gravest hours of the 20th century, the one friend said to the other friend, "Hey buddy, how are you? Are you okay? Can I help you with something? Please keep talking to me, please." This proves that if there is one thing that we always will have the ability to define, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the condition, no matter what the hardship, it is our own attitudes. We were put on this earth to do 2 things. The first is live, and the second is to improve the world around us in which we live in. Shape your attitudes so we can always accomplish these tasks. Class of 2011, it is time to wipe the slate clean after receiving your diploma. All the work you've put into creating your own identity is now done with. It's time to start over. And as you do so, remember to surround yourselves with quality individuals. Be polite to all, but intimate with few. Thank you for your time. Congratulations, and God bless you all.